So I so in this video I want to talk about forgiveness. How do you forgive yourself if you did something really bad in the past, you're replaying it in your mind, these thoughts are tormenting you, you feel terrible, you feel bad for the person that you did something to, and you want to learn how you forgive yourself so you can get on with your life and rather just torture yourself all the time by feeling guilt all the time. And you know it's not really helping anybody by feeling this way. But maybe I'm jumping ahead a little bit there by saying that. But the first thing I want to say is that who is doing the forgiving? You want to feel better about yourself. I want to forgive myself for what I did. I want to forgive myself. Look at that sentence. Who is doing the forgiving? The truth is, there is no you to forgive. The part of you that wants to forgive, the ego, is also the same part of you that probably caused the trouble and did the thing in the first place. So it just comes from this sense of need or narcissism that wants to forgive in the first place. Guilt serves a purpose. You take responsibility for what you did because of the guilt. You feel the guilt. You think, I shouldn't do that again. That's the point of guilt. But if guilt keeps replaying, it becomes self-indulgent. It becomes narcissistic. So this need to forgive yourself then comes from ego. It comes from this place of wanting to feel better about yourself. It doesn't have anything to do with the person that you did something bad to. You have to come to this realization that there is no you to forgive. The thing that wants forgiveness is the same thing that caused the problem. So a lot of people then say, well, does that mean I just go around doing bad things and I don't care? No, that's not what I'm saying. Doing bad things comes from that insecurity, that need for something which you think you don't possess already. It comes from that evil place, the ego, or the attachment to the ego, the wanting to preserve the ego. And then we say, I need to forgive myself. You forgive yourself by realizing that it wasn't you in the first place. That's the first step. And the shame and the guilt from that as well comes from the ego, because you think, well, how can I forgive myself? How can I ever go on with my life if I did something so bad? That's also the ego. That's also the same self-indulgent need to feel better about yourself. And it's confusing. I get it. I see the issue here. I see the problem. So how do we do it? We have to keep dissolving this idea, directly dissolve the ego at the level of attachment. It's the attachment that causes the problem. Yes, you did something bad. But you have to keep realizing and seeing and observing that this self-indulgence, this idea of you and you being so bad, oh, I'm so bad, this mental movie that you keep playing, is the problem. And looking for forgiveness and righting your wrongs, yeah, it can help. Going back and apologizing and actually, if you can, in this situation, depends what the situation is, right? Maybe you cheated on someone, you stole from someone, you did something very bad. You caused a lot of pain. Maybe you can go back and actually rectify that. But you've got to do it from a place of beyond ego. Are you doing it just to make yourself feel better about yourself? Most apologies come from ego. When people apologize, it's normally because, Oh, I feel guilty. I don't want to feel guilty. I need to forgive myself. You need to drop the idea of that. That's how you forgive yourself. You realize initially, yes, you did something horrible, but it came from that place of protection. It came from that place of wanting to be seen or noticed or not want to be exposed or vulnerable. That's what ego is protecting everybody from. That's the biggest cause of trouble on this planet. So you forgive yourself by realizing how crazy that is. The thing that wants to forgive itself is the same thing that wants to cause that trouble in the first place. There is no self to forgive. There is no you to forgive. And then you live your life and you know that you're much more likely to bring joy to this world, be a force for good, because you're not operating from this false identity all the time, trying to preserve it, your beliefs and the things you cling to, your values. You don't have values, and your beliefs are false. You need to drop all of this. That's how you become a force for good. And it's only then when you operate from that place that you can actually connect with people and see people for who they are, vulnerable beings. You don't need to prove that you're good by doing good things, because that's also ego. A lot of people do this. Mostly very patronizing to other people. Maybe not even helping people, giving people handouts. But you have to judge that in the moment. It comes from a place of no mind. It comes from a place of no ego. Remember, if you want to forgive yourself, who is doing the forgiving? Ask yourself, who is doing the forgiving? You or your ego? You just want to make yourself feel better about yourself? You have to drop it. Drop all of it. That's how you forgive yourself. Counterintuitive. Confusing, maybe. Let me know in the comments. But it's an alternative perspective on this, that you need to live beyond your mind. You need to die in order to live. I hope that helps. Comment, like, subscribe. See you in the next video.